Hi everyone, welcome back. Hope you guys are having a great day. So this is a clip from a previously recorded video. This is a much shorter clip of it, but as always, not financial advice for entertainment only. Do your own research, and I'm invested in closing companies. And if you enjoy this type of content, hit the like button, subscribe, helps me out tremendously. And let's get into the clip. I took a bunch of numbers from them from Q4, and I'll try to explain this as best I can. Things are pretty self-explanatory here in the rows and columns, but we got obviously starting the Bitcoin miners on the left-hand side, all of the different categories here on the top side. So we got stock price, we got market cap, shares. That's calculated based on the stock price divided by the market cap here, or market cap divided by the stock price. So we're getting the shares, BTC per market cap. So how much did they mine per month, I believe? Bitcoin mined on average, yeah. So that one's kind of, you can probably not use that number at all. I'm not going to even go over that one. Q4 expenses. So on this one here, I take all of their expenses except for depreciation or any goodwill. Everything else that they report, I try to keep it to their Bitcoin mining only as best I can on the numbers. And we also include in this the share-based compensation in here. So that's included as well as an expense for all these guys if they provide it. Other than that, this is just everything that's provided in quarterly results here. So if we click on this, we can see here for DMG, here's what we got for DMG. We got operation and maintenance costs, general and administrative, stock-based compensation, research and development, and we also have provision of doubtful accounts, but possibly, so I put that in there as well. Okay, so that's all included in there, and we do that for every single miner as well. Okay, then we convert it over to USD dollars from if it's Canadian or something else. We report it, so that's in this column here. Then we have monthly expenses, so we just take that divided by 3, and that's kind of what their monthly expense is to operate. We also take the average of the 3 months in that quarter of Bitcoin that were mined. So that's the average there. And we also will be able to figure out what their break-even BTC price is at that point. So we're taking the monthly expenses, dividing it by the BTC mined on average, and we get the dollar amount of what their break-even is right now. And then I'm using also the average quarterly Bitcoin price for that period. So that's through October, November, December, what the average Bitcoin price was for that period. That's kind of the price we're looking there. We're looking to see if they're actually profitable or not. And this actually comes out pretty good here because DMG, I believe, was the only one that was profitable in the year 2022, which comes up to be here that they are profitable at 6.82% for that quarter, whereas everybody else was not profitable compared based on the numbers that I do have here. Okay. So then we got, we'll just look at these two columns here, break even and profit, and we'll go through all of these, and then we'll look at the charts here to kind of show it a little bit differently. But Bitfarms came in at their break-even point was 21.1 thousand, and they're negative 13 in the whole percent. CleanSpark came in at 24,000 for their break-even price, and they're down 23%. Riot was 25,900, some for break-even, down 29 in profit. Iris was 27,600 roughly, down 33. Hive was down. Hive break-even was 28,600, down 36%. Hut was break-even 29.2 thousand, down 37%. BitDigital was at 29.8 thousand break-even, 38% down. BitDigital was 32.1 thousand, down 42.9. Break-even for Marathon was actually TeraWolf was 32,130. BitDigital was 29. TeraWolf was 32. That's down 42%. Marathon was down, down break even 37%. Can't think. Break even for Marathon was 37.6 thousand, down 51%. Mawson was 44,000 break even and down 58%. DigiHost was 63,000. That seems a lot there for them, down 71%. And Sphere 3D was 78,000. That's kind of more in line with what I would expect for them because they have been mining just so poorly here in that last year. So they're down 76% in profit from where their break-even point is probably. Okay, so here's how it all stacks up. You can see that DMG came in number 1 at 17,154,000 for a break-even BTC price. So they were profitable. And then everybody else here was basically not profitable during that time frame. Okay, and if we look at the percentages, you can see here as well how that all stacked up here for all of these, with DMG being number 1, Sphere being last, and this was for Q4 numbers. So now I took the same numbers that we do have here if the numbers stayed the same as far as their expenses for the first quarter, but I updated the Bitcoins mined on average per month for them. I also updated the average quarterly Bitcoin price here for January, February, and March, what the average Bitcoin price was at that time frame. And then we got a little bit different results here. So it looks like a lot of the miners are starting to become more profitable as Bitcoin is starting to go up in value, okay? So here's what we got. We're doing the same thing, but we're just gonna look at it down here and compare it to Q4 numbers. So you can see here that now we got DMG is up a little bit here as far as their break-even point is. They're at 17.54 thousand compared to 17.15. And the main reason for that is because they're producing less Bitcoin as time goes on because the network hash rate increases, and that's what we're seeing there, okay? CleanSpark is at 19,650 roughly, where before they were at 21,000, so that's a good increase there. Riot is now down to $20,770 compared to 24.02K. TeraWolf is down to 22.79 compared to 25, almost 26. Bitfarms is down to 23.3, down from 27.63. The ones that are up a little bit here or down are more likely because they have been growing relatively nicely here as far as their hash rate is concerned. So that's helping them out because they're also potentially mining a little bit more Bitcoin as that time goes on. Next, we got Marathon. Marathon is down to 26.79 from 28. Sphere is down to 27.79 from 29. And then we got Hive is down 28.42 from 29.85. BitDigital is up actually 35.18 from 32. So they have been mining a little bit less here, it looks like. And then we got Iris Energy is also up a little bit here to 39.82 from 37.65. Their production has also went down from Q4 because they had to turn in a lot of the miners that they had at the beginning of Q4. Mawson was down to 40 from 44. Hut was down to 43 from 63, so that's good there. So they've kind of increased their production as well. And then DigiHost is down to 68.29 from 78,000. So when it looks at profitability-wise, you now have potentially DMG, CleanSpark, Riot, and TeraWolf being profitable, whereas before they weren't. DMG was, but DMG's numbers have definitely improved here if their expenses stay the same. Now, expenses are going to be different because if they install more miners, those expenses should go up, but they should go up, in unison, or at least those types of expenses should go up, but everything else should stay the same. General and administrative should be the same, if not lower. They really got to get that under control. Share-based compensation should be coming down, hopefully, right? So those types of things here have an impact on it, but we want those to go down nonetheless. The only thing that should be going up is electricity and maybe some headcount on people as your operations grow. Okay, so we got DMG coming in first, CleanSpark in second spot, Riot in number 3 spot, then TeraWolf number 4 spot, then we got Bitfarms at number 5 spot, being actually negative here at 2.11% here. But as they ramp up their production with Argentina coming online now, I expect that to improve now going into as well Q2. All right, so we'll look at this again, but here's the way it shapes up. So Marathon's down 14.61%, Sphere is down 17.67%, Hive down 19.48%, BitDigital down 34.97%, Iris down 42.54%, Mawson down 42.9%, Hut down 46.84%, and DigiHost down 66.5%. Like I said, this is based on Q4 numbers for their operations, expenses, and things like that. Doesn't mean that those are going to be the same here. We'll do this again when we get Q1 results. Hopefully in the next couple weeks, maybe 4 to 6 weeks, we should be getting those as well. Those will come in, and then we'll get these plugged in for Q1, and we'll look at them then, see how they compare, okay? So that is it. Let me know what you guys think of this. This is kind of interesting to look at how the miners potentially are doing. And if they are negative, they really need to be working on their costs. Biggest costs are obviously overhead as far as employees, compensation, general administrative, and then if you're mining Bitcoin, you really shouldn't be spending money on research. You might have a little bit of research as far as immersion cooling, air cooling. That's easy enough research. You can probably figure that out doing calculations. You don't need to be spending money on that, or at least large amounts of money on that. Okay, but that's it. Let me know what you guys thought. All right, as always, spreadsheets available to my Patreon members. This I will also provide to the YouTube members, or at least a picture of it. You guys will get that sometime today. Hopefully I'll get this done. And that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, helps me out tremendously. And I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, bye.